Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to arrange the displayed items or the displayed image in a tabular or grid format or like gallery format. So look at this, the Joker and the Hulkbuster images are not in proper way and not having proper width and height also. I'm just going to upload one more image. In the previous video we have discussed the logic part, how the image is stored into the local storage and displayed over here. So look at this, the another example or another image uploaded like this. This is the thumbnail of the previous video that I have uploaded on my YouTube channel. So yeah, today we are going to discuss about or arrange these images in proper tabular format. We have to open live server again because I have closed it by mistake. Now go live, and the images are stored into the local storage. So now I'm just going to use the show images function on the top of the code so that the images that are stored into the local storage will displayed as soon as the page reloads. So I'm just going to write the comment also over here. As soon as the page reloads, the image that are stored into the local storage will be displayed. This is the change that we are going to do today. You can also mark it as it is important because you will get confused because why the images are not showing over the screen. So this is the reason why the images were not showing, because we have not written the show images function over the top of the code. Look, now the next thing is we need to style all these images in proper format or into the tabular form. For that we need to style the div id result tag. So we are jumping into this using CSS, style.css. The result id, we will grab it. Now its display will be grid. So if you don't know the display element of CSS, there are different types of display like block, inline and inline block, flex, and grid is the type of display that helps us to arrange all the elements into the tabular format. So grid template columns will be how much columns will be made for the elements. Now just have a look, I have written 1fr, 1fr and 1fr, means the images will be divided into the 3 column, means 1 image per column. Just have a look. And grid template rows means how much rows for particular images, and it will be auto. I don't want any image to be displayed as per rows. And grid gap is the property which gives some gap between the images, having the display as grid. Not only images, between the elements also. So grid gap will be 25 pixel. Now look, the gap is there. Now we need to we need to have the width and height of this container like that. So text align will be centered and padding will be something around 10 pixel. We also need the width and height of this container, the result container. Actually the border will be there, border radius will be 15 pixels. So these are the basic CSS that we need to apply into this container. Next thing is height. Height should be there. It will be around 570 pixel. It is not showing here, so I'm just going to give the width also, or overflow. We need to give this overflow y as auto, so that these images will be enclosed within this container only, not going out of this container. So overflow y should be auto. This is the property, which means we are getting this scroll bar. for the horizontal and vertical lines also. I'm going to give the width as 80%, yeah, 80% or 90%, yeah, 90%. So 90% of the total width, but this container is not into the middle. We need to middle it or give it position as center. So for that I am just going to use the property margin as auto. I am going to give some margin from top, some margin from left auto, from bottom it will be, or from right it will be auto, as frankly saying, as I have forgot which margin is left and right, so that's why I have just giving the margin particularly for all these images. And now the last one will be margin bottom. It will be around 0 pixel, not giving actually any margin because the bottom looks very fine. Next thing is background, or background attachment should be fixed. The background should not be scrolled with these images, so that's why I've just given background attachment is fixed. So these are the little properties that we need to. Now we don't need this scroll bar actually, so for that I'm just going to have the WebKit property that is inbuilt into the CSS. So hashtag result or hash result double colon dash WebKit scroll bar, something like that. So WebKit scroll bar, yeah, this display will be none. So I don't want this scroll bar because it doesn't look nice. When you look at the UI, it needs to be clean, so that's why. Look, now the scroll bar is gone. Yeah, now we need to give the width and height of all these images because these images are going out of flow of this container. So the width and height should be small as compared to this container. So taking the images, I'm just going to write the comment here, image tag. As we all know that these images are just the image tag into this container, we cannot see it using index.html, but we have stored it using local storage and JavaScript. So taking the image tag that we formed using JavaScript, you all know in the previous video the logic part, width will be 100% for particular image and height will be, it will be 100 pixels, oh sorry, 380 pixels. Look, 100% height means one fraction, it will be 100% of the one fraction of this. Just look at this grid template columns property that we have specified, that's why it will be 100% of one fraction, not all of the container. Background repeat as no repeat, yeah. Now it is looking like a gallery actually. The images are formed very clean and in very beautiful way. Background size should be covered and cursor should be pointer. When someone hovers over the image, it will be it should look like a pointer, someone is pointing. And background size or background position should be centered. Look, background position centered means this image should be in the center of the background, not going up, not going down, like that. Border, I will give some border radius to these images, it will be 5 pixel, so it will be having somewhat rounded borders, not whole rounded border, but some part of the border should be rounded. Border will be 2 pixel solid white, solid white, 2 pixel 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 solid white, 2 pix because the background is black, that's why I've given the border as white. It can be seen over that. I'm just going to give another example by uploading another image. Look, isn't it looking nice? And we can upload this image now, and you can scroll also, and it is giving a clean look after scrolling. It is not looking like a old scroll bar system. I'm just going to add one section more. Look, 4 images and 4 columns. I don't want this actually. I'm just giving you example by this. Now the next thing will be, I don't think so we need to do any much things over here. What we do is, just when someone hovers over this image, and the opacity should be lowered. So copying this and cutting all this code, when someone hovers, so image colon hover, and now the opacity will be 0.8, and transition should be there. All ease in out. Oh sorry, I have just given ease in, so ease in out, and it will be 100 milliseconds. Look, opacity is little. You can see the effect of these opacities getting 0.8 when someone hovers. I'm going to upload another image. Any image you can choose from your PC or your phone. You can also host this and use it in your phone. Look, opacity effect is showing here. Yeah, for today the part 3 is done mostly. In the part 4, actually, when someone clicks over these images, it will be seen like a gallery effect or effect of image popping up like this. You can see it on the Instagram. The image is popping up when someone clicks, and you can also scroll off this through these images using these 2 buttons, means forward and backward buttons. So basically this is my Instagram page. You can also follow my Instagram page. It has some useful content for web development.